YouTube, this is the planet Earth here. This is a serious video. Watch it if you want. Watch it if you don't. This is about anxiety, depression, bipolar, schizophrenia, PTSD, and some other diseases that are mental, but physical. Let me tell you something about it. Let me tell you something. Something I have observed over the last 7 years to 8 years. When I first started having my panic attacks, I would call 911 services every day. This was before I was on benzos, by the way. I thought that I was going to die at every moment. Now here's the scary part. The scary part is you can really have a cardiac event and your heart could stop. You could pass out suddenly and die in a car crash because you're driving. It's scary to know this fact. It's scary to know that at any moment, like any moment in your life, that you could just be talking to somebody and you're dead the next second. Somebody could shoot a bullet up in the air and it could come down and kill you. It's amazing that at one moment in life you were alive and then the next moment your heart physically stops. Physically stops pumping. And you're dead on the ground, not even knowing that you died. Now, that's not so scary as having a heart attack that's slow and painful and that you can't breathe right, or a stroke. That's scary. I'm sorry, but that is scary. That is just terrifying. What do a lot of people with anxiety think we're having when we're having a panic attack? A heart attack or stroke. We're always thinking that we're going to die at that moment. And there is nothing you guys can do to stop that feeling. The only way to stop that feeling at that moment is benzodiazepines, or you talk yourself out of it. Now, it's almost impossible to talk yourself out of it. I have never been able to do that myself. I've tried. I tried distraction. Let me give you an example. When somebody's having a panic attack while driving, like me, I had one in the desert. Now, this one was scary. It wasn't the one where I was dying from the heat. This was actually, like, near Area 51. I actually had a massive panic attack in the middle of the desert. There was no cell phone service. I was near Rachel, Nevada. It was over 3 hours of panic. Pure terror. I was screaming out of my car. I was screaming on the full of my lungs. Screaming. Crying. Thinking I was dying. And then looking at the blue skies of the desert, you start seeing like tunnel vision. I don't know, it's just when you start staring at something for so long, you start seeing like tunnel vision or like waves. Like you're going through like a vortex of some sort. But it's just because you're staring at the desert sky. And it's really blue. Blue, blue. The point I'm trying to make is panic attacks can come on suddenly, like a heart attack or stroke. It's the scariest feeling in the world. It's the scariest feeling in the world. And I try to tell people this. I try to tell and talk to doctors and tell them to understand. This is a serious disorder that people suffer with every day, but they blow it off. They blow it off like it's nothing, like it doesn't exist, like it's not real. It's like having a heart attack without the chest pain. It's like you drank four Monster energy drinks at once and then doused it with 10,000 pills of caffeine. It's that equivalent of the adrenaline rush that scares everybody. And it's wrong, but it happens. Why do we humans suffer from it? I can't get down to that fact of why we suffer from it. What is going on in our brains, man? Seizures are scary too, but, I had one. All I remember is... I remember before the seizure, I don't remember during the seizure, and I remember waking up and saying, so, did I have a seizure? All casual. I did actually say that like that. But the point I'm trying to make is, I keep defending the mentally ill, and I keep getting in trouble for doing it. Somehow. Not criminally, just Nobody listens. No doctors care. I mean, there's a few doctors that care, but not many. Unfortunately, it's the saddest thing in the world. When somebody is going into the emergency room multiple times a month or year, there is a problem that needs to be addressed. It is not their fault. Unless they have proxy syndrome, but that's not likely. People have panic attacks. It shows up in the vitals. The vitals prove your panic attack. They prove the anxiety. It could be disorders. It could be physical disorders, potassium deficiency, calcium deficiency, iron deficiency. It could be a lot of things that can cause anxiety. It could be MTHFR. It could be stress at home. It could just be stress. Stress could cause panic attacks, chest pains, shortness of breath, feelings of impending doom, and some kind of heart attack. But the heart is weirder than you think it is. The heart is an amazing body part. It really is. And it's scary to know that thing could stop at any second. That's not the scariest feeling, though. I would think a heart attack would be the scariest. But you're gonna die. You're gonna die. That's the problem, is we are all eventually going to pass away. And you have to accept the fact, even though you don't want to. You have to accept the fact that one day you will no longer be here. It's weird to think like that, but at the same time, it is the truth, and unfortunately, it's just natural human behavior is to live for a certain amount of time, and then you pass away after a certain amount of time. And there is nothing that you can do about it. There is nothing on this world can stop you from dying a natural death. Eventually you get old, you get worn out. It's amazing that at that age, that you can actually physically go away, but at the same time, it scares all of us with anxiety to that point of dying. Maybe not physically, but whatever that word is. Anyways, I keep defending the mentally ill. No matter what I do, I will continue to defend all handicapped people, mentally ill people like us. Doctors need to stop cold turkeying people off benzodiazepines. Luckily, I finally found a doctor who's not doing that. And I'm very stable on my medication. Oh, don't start fighting. Anyways. I really hope that we find... It's 2017. Jesus Christ, that's so futuristic. We have to find the cure for the anxiety. There has to be a permanent cure without physical damage to the body. There has to be. Doctors out there, find the cure so we don't have to worry every day and we don't have to stress out about stupid things. We can get on with our lives and not let this overstimulation of stress bother us every single damn day. So please find the cure for the anxiety disorder. Please find the cure. We don't need to suffer anymore. People always say that you just need to suck it up. Buddy, woman, go through what we do for one day. Just have one massive panic attack and you will never say, ever in your life, you will never, ever say or make fun of us or make fun of anybody who has a mental illness again. And I promise you that 1,000,000,000%. 1,000,000,000%. You cannot take the anxiety attack. Nobody can. JD, shout out to you, by the way, if you're watching these videos. I don't know if you are, but you got like half a million views on your panic attack video. Also wanted to do a shout out to myself. And that's about it. Shout out to all my subscribers. If you got an anxiety story, talk about it. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. This has been the Planet Earth here.